welcome to the show.
Awesome.
How you doing, brother?
I am blessed. I am top of the world. Blessed. Can't complain at all.
It's been a long time, many moons since back in the Jordan days.
Big time. Jordan High School Panthers.
Yes, the Panthers.
It was so funny because I came out here from New York back in '78.
Yeah.
Right? And when I got here, I wanted to go to Compton High School because I knew that's where we were.
Yeah.
So that, the East Coast, we don't know. All we know is Disneyland. And we heard about Compton and South Central. That's where I grew up. So in Brooklyn. And when I got here, my uncle took me. It was summertime, and we went to Compton High School. And I didn't like the mascot. He walked on the campus. They had grass on the ground, different buildings, because the schools in New York are like you could take a brick, and that's the school. The gym's on the roof or in the basement. I just saw you just opened this and the light blue and it was nice, but I couldn't do it. So I said, I can't go here. I don't want to go here. But I went to school called Long Beach Jordan Panthers.
North Long Beach.
North Long Beach.
Yeah.
So that's right, because the LA Jordans. But anyway, yeah, that's what.
So yeah. Go way back, and remember Phil Wyatt?
Phil Wyatt, Mr. Wyatt, our band director. Our band director, yes. I remember Maurice was on drum, me, Maurice, Brian. We went into Disneyland. We played Disneyland. And they said, whatever you do, you gotta be quiet. Because we're in the back of Disneyland, you gotta go under this thing because they're doing all this stuff behind the scenes. And I said, on the count of 3, we're gonna hit this thing. Bam! And Mr. Wyatt came up to us, he was gonna scream, he was gonna kill us. But that was fun. We were just being rebels, drum rebels, whatever.
Why not?
Yeah, it was fun.
Shake it up, right? Well, look, take us way back. So Long Beach, Jordan, you know what I mean? Certainly before you got to high school, there was an inkling of what you wanted to do. And tell us a little bit about how you got started and why the drums.
Okay. We got to rewind. I'll try and be fast. It's a big story, but I'll go quick. I was born in Brooklyn. My mom and dad met in drum and bugle corps. Now, a lot of folks don't know. They got to make a documentary about this. In the greater New York area, Brooklyn, Bronx, Queens, and around there. There was a circuit of African American drum and bugle corps. Wow. It's back in the days. Like in the late 50s and this and that, they weren't allowed to even compete with the other corps. It was the black thing, the VFW and yada yada. So this kind of thing. So I grew up around that. All my relatives are all from drum corps. Everybody met from there. There's a lady named Sister Carter, and she got instruments for the kids and got them all out so they won't be going into trouble. And it grew from there. So drum and bugle, that's the family. And so I just hung with the drum line as a kid. So I wind up, as I grew, my chops in playing were really great. But we had a 15-inch Ludwig aluminum snares.
Oh, yeah.
But every step they took, I had to take 3 steps because I was short. I was too small. I was a kid. So my uncle, he was the choir director, and he would walk, after a few steps that I could do and huff and puff, this drum going up and down, he'll grab me and the other guy grabbed the drum and so I grew up in that and just, a rudimental background. And so kind of long story short, so our house was burnt down in Brooklyn. And so my aunt and my uncle I had my aunt and uncle that lived out here, so we came to California. So we came to California, we moved into Lakewood. Went to Lakewood. My 9th year, Lakewood High School. And not Lakewood High School. What am I saying? In Lakewood, Artesia High School.
Okay.
That's where James Harden went. But anyway, it was there. And I got to play drums there. And then we moved to another part of Lakewood that was in the Long Beach district. And that's how I got to Jordan. Okay. Now, where we lived, when I moved to Lakewood in the Long Beach borderline district, downstairs from me, there was a guy who played Parliament and play all this Bootsy, and I didn't know what that was. I'd sit outside and listen. I was digging that stuff.
What is that?
Yeah, what is that? It's moving me. I'm liking that. and they caught me looking at it. So long story short, I got to go in. It's Larry Rose. He
Okay.
passed away a while ago. Have you ever heard of Rose Brothers?
Okay.
But he was a bass player. So yeah, so he introduced me to that, and then I worked into percussion. I played the percussion with him, And long story short, I worked into the drum set. And as time went on, we did the high school things and played around. K-Ace concerts in the park and all those kind of things. So I was really attracted to Funkadelic Parliament. I liked the album. I loved the music. Of course, all the drummers, Tiki Ford, Tyrone Lampkin, and of course, Bigfoot Jerome. And then Dennis Chambers. That's my Jedi master right there.
He'll be coming to the West Coast in a couple of weeks.
Yes, Jedi Drum Master Dick. That's what I'm talking about. So yeah, so I got to live that dream. But I don't know if you wanted to pause because it's a rolling story here. You keep going or what? Another question?
I'm gonna let me ask you a few more questions.
Okay.
Okay, so that's awesome to get a little bit of the lineage of, you know what I mean, where you started, where you sort of in the middle, and then, you know, we want to figure out where you want to go with your career. But there's some interesting things obviously are always happening, but even more so now in the world and with the pandemic. So I like to know with the artists how it has affected them in the last few years. How has it affected your business and your brand?
Well, so okay, I had to skip over a lot of stuff. So yeah, bring it up to today. When all this kind of went down, of course, there was a shutdown. I was playing in several different situations. One of the big situations was there's another music market, which is the corporate music. So I played with a corporate band called Hot Chili. When that stopped, that kind of stuff. That was kind of a chunk of income, you know, but it's fine. You know, you got to keep doing what you got to do.
Yeah.
I went and faced some of my fears and got an interface. Started doing stuff online, and I got with a band. Okay. They sought me out, a 3-piece group called Olio. Okay. Unfortunately, the drummer passed away. His name is DeHaven Roderick, and he's a good man. I knew this man for a while, and his bandmates sought me out and asked if I wanted to do it. And I said, hey man, this is great. It's a cross between Billy Joel and the Police and Chili Peppers. I was like, 3-piece. When is this going to come around? You know? So I'm like, okay, yeah. So I've been doing that. So I'm writing. We've got songs. We're doing stuff. And a lot of stuff we do right there online. We've been playing. We recently did a show. It's kind of opened up because they had to cancel it.
Right.
Because recently, you know, it's a couple months ago, and we played opening for Oingo Boingo. It was really great. And a great band.
Where was that at?
At the Coach House.
Okay.
Coach House. Okay. And so, yeah, that's great. We got a lot of response. It's great music. We released a song called Champions. It's about frontline workers, about the whole pandemic. And there's a little video we made to it too. So we don't have us in it. It's all about people that are of service of our condition, the pandemic and everything else. You got fire, police, definitely all medical, all being represented in that. But that's what we want to make the song about.
So you basically stayed busy by sort of doing things online.
Right, doing some things online and just practicing at home, you know, that kind of thing. You know, like everybody else.
Wonderful. Tell you. About 10 years ago, I was in the Orange County, California area. I was going to a show with Victor Wooten. And I'm not exactly sure at this point where it was. It could have been like the Celebrity Theater or just somewhere near Disneyland. But in any event, awesome show. But around the middle of it, maybe the second or third tune, Victor Wooten makes an announcement saying, "Is Barry Chenault here?" It's Barry Chenault in the audience. He said it a few times. And it's like nobody answered. He was like a boss, like, what is it? And I was like, I know what's going on, but nobody else knows what's going on. And I thought that was fascinating. It was weird, but it was cool. It's like, what's the deal with you and Victor Wooten?
Well, we go way back. The whole Wooten family, in a way. We go kind of way back, not so far back. This is back in '93. I was playing with George Clinton.
Hmm.
and we went to Nashville.
George Clinton.
Yeah,
Okay.
playing with George Clinton, Parliament Funkadelic,
Yes.
George Clinton and the P-Funk All-Stars.
Yes.
So this is '93, and I have a friend named JD Blair,
Oh,
who
yeah.
plays drums with Shania Twain and a few other people. So he picked me up from the hotel, and introduced me to all of them. We just had a great old time jamming, clicking, and so on and so forth. And these are just good, wholesome folks.
Yeah.
I've known, and me and Vic stayed in touch since then. Ever since then, and his brother, all of them, the whole family. And so we talked early that day because I knew he was going to be there playing. He said, "Man, you coming?" I said, "Yeah, I'm coming. Heck yeah!" So I said, "All right, cool. I'll see you down there." And at the same time, I forgot. See, this is what happens. You really got to prioritize family and balance,
Yes.
and that's what I do. And forgot my youngest son, mid son. He had a prelim championship, whatever kind of game, basketball game at his school,
Okay.
and I had to do that. I
Right,
went
right.
and I couldn't miss that because I'm out playing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that was good. That I found John Billings called and told me that too. And who else? Somebody else. The artist rep over at Crayon. Barry, where are you? I was there to watch the best. Where are you? What do you mean? Well, Victor is asking.
Chris Brady.
Yeah, Chris.
Okay.
Yeah, so he was there because I'm a man on drum. I forgot his name. Loved the brother. He was playing. Yeah, so I couldn't make it. I was coming, but I definitely have to do that. So that's why I'm big with my family.
Okay. And so in the process that you mentioned George Clinton,
Mhm.
tell us a little bit about your time with Clinton. What was that like for you?
It was awesome. It was mind-blowing, speechless, pinch me, all of that. It was great. It really was. I got it. Okay, I got to tell the story. A lot of folks know the story. I'll tell you. I drive in a city bus, right?
Uh-huh.
But I was at Cole Rehearsal Studio in Hollywood. I think I was playing with Booyah Tribe.
Okay.
That's what it was. We were rehearsing with Booyah Tribe. I was going to the bathroom. Booyah Tribe. We did Lollapalooza in '92.
Okay.
That's a whole other story. That's a whole. But anyway, so I look over into a rehearsal studio and I see Blackbird McKnight and Billy Bass Nelson. And they were backing a female singer named Vicki Calhoun, the soul diva. She's bad.
Uh-huh.
And so they were rehearsing. But their drummer was in the bathroom.
Right.
So I said, let me go in here because I studied at Beverly Theater just because I have a love for Dennis and a love for the music. So I do it. I just walked in. I said, take it to the stage medley from the top. And I just started hitting. I just jumped on this dude's kit and they started. We played it like, then we stopped. I saw the dude standing there and he was like, yeah, all right. He thought I knew them. So Bird said, hey, let me get your number. Simple as that. I said, cool, man. I lived the dream just now. I'm good.
Yeah.
I lived the dream. I got to play with you guys. You guys are just, this kind of thing. So I'm driving my bus. I get in Huntington Beach. I'm in layover zone on PCH. My Sprint phone rings.
Sprint phone.
Little old Sprint phone. Sprint phone rings, and I go, hello? He says, hi. Is this Barry? I say, yeah. Hey, this is George Clinton. I heard you a funky ML. You want to play with me? Yeah. And that's how it went. And that's so a week after that, I flew out because some calls. Bird said, you knew the show. I said, yeah, I know the show, but I ain't never played this.
Right.
No rehearsal, 4-hour show. So we get to LAX, me and Bird and part of George's management team.
Okay.
We're there, and we missed the flight.
Oh, wow.
Going to the thing and whatever. So this is what happens when we miss that flight. We got the next flight. We made it time, but this is what happened because I missed that flight. If you ever see the movie Graffiti Bridge, Prince movie?
Yes.
And there's a song on there George is doing called Let's Get Satisfied. Just satisfied, right? When you look on there, you see on the drums, you'll see Michael Hampton on the drums.
Right.
I was supposed to be playing.
Right.
That's what happened. I missed that flight. So we would go straight to Paisley Park for that taping.
Yeah.
So we missed that. So we go straight to the venue, right? So it's just me and Bird, and we go to the venue. Nobody's there. Place is filling up. I'm set up the drums, I'm the first, I haven't met the band or nothing. But here, thousands of people is here, right? I'm on this 3-tier thing, got all the marshals in front of me. You got the horn section gonna be here. It was just me and Bird. And then the lights go out, there's no band, and Bird looks at me, he goes, 1, 2. I'm like, oh, wait. So boom, boom, boom. This is the beginning to make my funk the people. And then sure enough, they're slopping in, the bus pulled up and everybody's coming in. But I got to remind myself, because I'm a fan too, but you playing in the band. I'm like, hey, Greg Boyer, hey, wow, Ray Davis, hi. I'm like on the stage, they're like, look here, young man, okay. They never met me. They just see some dude up here playing.
Yeah.
So long story short, we getting in there. And I start playing it, locking it down, make my funk to P-Funk. I think went to Alice for my fantasies, running that, knocked that out. Everybody's feeling a little cool. Okay, yeah. Then right in there, Cosmic Slop, knocking it out. Knocking it out, right? So there's the breakdown we're making it. So I look over to my right, and to my right, Prince is sitting there with his legs crossed, his arms crossed, his glasses down, looking at me, going like this with Chick behind him, like that. He's sitting right here, watching me. And I was like, oh, wow. So that was my only connection. That was it, He doing that, I was cool.
That was the barometer.
That was great. I was good with that. And then I got to tell you the famous chopped barbecue story. So we're playing, and I knew it was coming next, but what happened next wasn't what was supposed to happen.
Right.
So George, we said, stop him. Then he goes, drummer. Okay, so now I'm scared. What did I do? And then he goes, drummer, chopped barbecue. Now remember, it's quiet on stage, but him saying this. And I'm like, wow, we're going to eat in the middle of the show, or what's happening? So I'm looking around, and then he walks even closer. He looking up at me, drummer, chopped barbecue. Okay, so Greg Boyer, the horn section is on my right, and the vocals on my left. So Greg, everybody's ready for something. And so I say, what is he saying? What is that? What does that mean? So he starts tapping his foot. He says, just play what he said, but hit that. Just hit it. I said, okay. Then it said, bing, babadoo. It's a pickup. This is how they spoke. They say this, these kind of things. So I hit it, babadoo, bam. So high, you can't get out. Right into One Nation. And then he goes, you a funkadelic now, you, and everybody laughing and everything. Thousands of people, Prince, everything. And I'm like, oh my God. But, they were feeling good and confident in the situation. But yeah, that's P-Funk family, for real. It's good. Good times.
That's beautiful. So in the process of that, obviously you did quite a bit of traveling, and you still do a lot of traveling. Mm-hmm. You just got back into the country, right?
Yes, we did played now. I'm covering for Henry Gardner, the drummer for Rose Royce.
Okay.
He's taking ill a little bit now, and we're looking at him recovering and being good and coming back. So I'm subbing the gig, and we were on the Ultimate Disco Cruise. Mm-hmm. And this was with everybody, the Jacksons, the Taste of Honey, Pieces of Her, Third World. There's this group called the Gorilla Orchestra from Philadelphia. Oh my gosh. Okay. Oh my, they're so bad. Because they were backing all those kind of artists. Yeah. But then the other bands, Casey and the Sunshine Band, I just can't remember. Everybody was up in there. So we just had a great time, and with the pandemic and thing happening, we had to go through months of a series of all these things, all this stuff. Because, preparation, getting on the ship, you get tested before you leave. You get tested when you land, and it was just okay. But when we got there, everybody can relax, and it was great. It was a great atmosphere, and people, it's interesting, because a lot of people are different now because they're seeing the value and looking at time that we have as living, and as we're dealing with a lot of death, a lot of personal things that are happening with people. And so we're severing the moments as much as possible. Right. And everybody is doing that. And I just thank the Lord that, that I'm healthy, and family members, and just the opportunity to do these things, to do this and connect with people. Because that's what it is. We're playing, and we're connecting. We're connecting with folks' soul, and enjoy, that moment, to smile and reminisce, and good times, good things that people are saying,
Those are amazing attributes and important things that we need to stop and really smell the roses, right?
Right.
Here's another little interesting fact that maybe you are aware of, but maybe not. But let me just mention this. In the news today, WNBA player Brittany Griner was arrested in Russia.
Oh, really?
And we don't know exactly when she was arrested, but relatively recently. Are you familiar with that?
No, this is new for me.
Okay.
Well, today I didn't. I've been.
You just got back into the country.
Yeah, I got back, and so everything is my son. My son Bryson Chenault turned 18 today, and so I got a house full of young 18-year-olds and this, and so I'm Mr. You know, I'm the cool dad.
The host dad.
Yeah, I'm doing all this. I got him up showing how to make play. I got him doing push-ups. And, you know, I'm doing. You know, we're doing all of that. So we're doing some of the games and this kind of thing, and just having fun.
Gotcha.
So I missed that. So what happened?
Okay, so yeah, Brittany Griner was arrested in Russia, and we don't know exactly when, but relatively recently. Now, what we also know is that on January 23rd, approximately, the U.S. State Department issued a travel alert, pretty much letting everybody know, hey, don't come to Russia.
Right.
You know, don't go there. You don't want to go there. Something's going to jump off. And this was mirrored on February 27th by the U.S. Embassy in Moscow. Americans need to get out of here quick.
Right.
Get out of here quick. So we're not really sure as to when she was arrested, but allegedly she was in possession of some sort of vaping paraphernalia and hashish oil and things basically that are banned in that country. But it's well documented that they are targeting Americans,
right,
as a result of sort of what's going on in our assistance in Ukraine. So,
right,
what would you say to the traveling musician in today's climate? If you've got to be somewhere, you're an athlete, you're an artist, a musician, you've got to go there. That's how you pay your bills.
Right.
How do you navigate through this?
Well, with this in particular, I don't think I would be going to Russia or, anything surrounding close to that area. Unfortunately or unfortunately, whatever, I'm leaving for England next week.
Yeah.
So I'm going over there and I'm watching this, is the Prime Minister, or he's saying a lot of stuff. So we're closer over there. For me...
Yeah, big difference.
Yeah.
Going there,
yeah, it's a big difference. We're on the other side of the planet.
Barry, thank you so much. We appreciate you coming out.
God bless you.
Blessings in Europe.
Yes. And we can do it again next time.
All right. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Cool.